there's a man that is under arrest in Salt Lake City, Utah, after police say he suddenly stripped naked in front of a massive religious crowd gathered for a major church event. 36-year-old Mitchell Anderson removed all of his clothes at Temple Square during the weekend. A general conference was going on with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, an event that drew thousands of attendees, including families and children. Officers and church security witnessed the incident as it unfolded. The security worker quickly covered old Mitch with a blanket before he was taken into custody, and because children were present in the crowd, he was booked on suspicion of lewdness involving a child.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
That's going to stick with you.
No word as to whether or not the global broadcast picked up any of his nudity, but that's apparently when it all went down. But
You're going to have to register now as an offender.
yeah, a little crazy. Yeah, I wonder what was going on there. Maybe you didn't think that one through. 39-year-old Theodore Ray Blount got arrested after allegedly going on a drunken, aggressive rampage at the Ren Fest in Deerfield Beach. Witnesses reported a shirtless, heavily tattooed man yelling, threatening patrons, and acting erratically.
Yeah, that guy's taking the Ren Fest real seriously.
Huzzah! He was highly intoxicated and confrontational, and repeatedly was getting into an officer's face and saying, "You want to shoot me?" You know, he really did, but...
He's going through something, I think.
Yeah, it's called jail time. He was yelling, kicking, banging his head inside the patrol car. He didn't calm down even then.
Oh, my gosh.
There he is right there, Virginia.
Oh, my gosh.
That looked like a guy that might lose it at Renfest.
That is horrifying.
If he's at Ren Fest and he's shirtless, I'm taking him seriously.
I'm going to get as far away from that as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a dude there. Well, got a story here of a 73-year-old woman in Iowa who's facing multiple charges after being arrested for drunk driving twice in just 2 days.
This happens, man.
Wow.
It's crazy. There was one woman, it was her 4th DUI, and I go, how are you even allowed to get a third? How does that
back to back to back?
Yes.
She got to this lady at least got 2 in 2 days. So
Wow.
Yeah, I think they impound your car at some point, right? They take
should.
your license and then
You're done.
Well, isn't there a time where if you get too many DUIs, you are not allowed to drive ever again?
There
I thought
should
that was
be.
a thing.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll eventually take your license from you at some point. It gets a little bit crazy. Now, I'm not sure exactly what this school board member in Tennessee was thinking, but they said something to a young female student during a school board meeting. Tell me if you hear anything a little off with a school board member saying this to a young girl.
God, you're hot. You know that? Hey, where do you go to school at?
If you didn't hear it, he said, "God, you're hot. Where do you go to school at?" Listen again.
God, you're hot. You know that? Hey, where do you go to school at?
I go Crockett.
All right.
There was a comment meant to be, I guess, complimentary by a board member, but has certainly been determined not to be.
As a member of the school board, he is responsible for our children's health and welfare and safety and education. And the display he put on tells me that he should be nowhere around our children.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought it was 1971.
What is going on?
Yeah, we're going to let you go ahead and step down now. Thanks for your service. There's the door.
The only thing that kind of saved him was the audio being so bad. But yeah, pretty bad.
I mean, he's laughing afterwards.
I know.
I think he thought it was cute. But yeah, that was all the weird stuff that used to happen with some inappropriate, odd comments.
You're
that
right.
Now we just don't have any tolerance for it.
I mean, I remember as a kid, teachers saying some really out-of-pocket things. One of my boys would give our English teacher a massage on her shoulders, and her eyes would roll back in ecstasy. And this is in front of the entire class. You're going,
It's weird, man.
I'm kind of feeling weird right now. And she was loving it.
Probably so was your friend.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted a good grade.
He got one.
Well, a couple scary things over Easter. A family in Kansas City got a scary little surprise while prepping Easter baskets. They say a loose pill fell out of a bag of store-bought candy. It came from Sam's Club. When they opened it, a capsule dropped out. The mom later said she looked it up and believed it was an antidepressant.
Whoa.
And like, well, what if one of our kids would have been gobbling that thing down? They've been acting all kind of weird. So, yeah, trying to figure out what is going on with that in the manufacturing stage. And this probably isn't what this family wanted to find for Easter. As they were doing their hunt on Long Beach in California, they discovered what appeared to be a child's skull and bones.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was along a path near DeForest Park and wetlands. And they had to call in the police, and they've put a canopy over and trying to see exactly what is going on. There's eggs scattered all over this, and you can see a photo of an unearthed skull right next to it.
Oh, my God.
Apparently the family was freaking out, as you might imagine. So that's quite a find. Got more than they bargained for.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, right? Insane.
That was out in the woods, you said?
The beach.
Yeah, just on a little path right off the side.
The beach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, Jalen Minzy got arrested after allegedly robbing an Orlando McDonald's on Sunday. He went in, put in an order, and when he got his food, he demanded free cookies. And when he didn't get the free cookies, he pushed the workers out of the way, went behind the counter, threw things at him, and then took off with 2 other meals. They later tracked him down at a nearby apartment complex and arrested him for battery and robbery.
Dude.
Yeah, he just said, whatever food I want, I'm going to take.
How good were these cookies?
Dang. And in Irvine, California, at a gas station, a guy ended up in handcuffs after a man demanded free fuel. Police say the man walked into the station and insisted on getting $55 worth of gas without paying. And when that didn't happen, he reportedly stayed put. He sat in his car and waited as if free gas might eventually come, like the gas fairy's going to give it to him. Officers were called and they found themselves in an unusual situation, trying to reason with the man. They spent time negotiating, attempting to get him to leave, but he wouldn't do that. When he still refused, they had to arrest him and book him into custody.
What the hell is going on with people?
I don't know. I have heard that gas prices in California are a different animal. There's one gas station in Big Sur that had $10 a gallon.
Whoa.
So I think some people in Cali are going a little bit nuts.
Yeah, at that point, I'm getting roller skates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A 31-year-old woman was arrested for stabbing a man in the back of the head with a toothbrush in Seattle.
What did he do?
They were both drunk.
Oh, I think I saw this. I think body cam's already out.
He's doing okay. Yeah, they said it was just a small scratch, but I mean, still, not a big deal.
These body cams are coming out quick, man.
They are. I feel like we get them now within like 48 hours.
There was one, and I think it's the same story, and I think it was March 2nd, and it's already out. People are like, oh my gosh, you got stabbed with a toothbrush?
They do them quick now. And a bride-to-be, Michaela Rodriguez, shared on TikTok how a Nashville bachelorette getaway turned frightening when a masked man broke into their Airbnb.
What the hell?
They alerted police, moved to a nearby hotel, and found nothing was stolen. But crazy stuff. Here's a little bit of the report.
Michaela Rodriguez chose a short-term rental for her Nashville bachelorette party for the same reason a lot of people do.
We planned a whole itinerary that included like making breakfast and having a movie night.
When she and her bachelorette party got to the property they'd booked in North Nashville, she says they did notice some red flags.
It seemed a little bit run down. There were some people walking around. They seemed to be watching us come in and out.
But the first night, those red flags came to fruition. Rodriguez says all but 2 people in her party were out on Broadway Thursday night when they got a frantic phone call from one of their friends who'd stayed back at the rental. She told them someone had broken in.
The girl staying in the bedroom on the first floor heard rattling on her doorknob. She thought it was us trying to get in, so when she opened her bedroom door, she came face to face with somebody in a mask and gloves.
She says the man immediately ran out of the house and her friend locked herself in a bathroom. Metro police say they believe at least 2 people broke into the home that night, but nothing was reported stolen. Rodriguez says she was able to get a refund for the stay and move the group to a hotel. According to Metro Police, short-term rentals are a common target for thieves, especially if they can tell who's staying there by decorations in the home or even on the cars parked outside. Rodriguez told me after posting about the experience online, she's gotten dozens of messages from people who have experienced the same thing at short-term rentals.
Wow, something else to keep a head out for.
You got to be super careful because everybody in the neighborhood, they know that's an Airbnb.
Yes.
Right.
And if it's in a shady neighborhood and you've got shady people that live around it,
right,
you're just a sitting duck.
When I stayed at that alpaca farm, you could tell people knew that was a destination, and you don't know who's out there. You're in the middle of nowhere.
You don't know what you don't know, and you do not know these people in the neighborhood.
And they're thinking tourists might have cash, valuables, things like that.
They were hoping that nobody was in the Airbnb. They were going to break in and take all the girls' stuff that was in the Airbnb, and they didn't expect two of the girls to be there. They thought all the girls would be out on Broadway.
That's why I was so nervous, because I had so many valuables at our Airbnb. I had grilled cheese, I had a couple of tater tots in the box.
Uh-oh.
So valuable.
The good stuff. Yep.